If you guys are looking for any cheap and reliable coins, check out MMOPO.com. Use the code PINGU at checkout to get 8% off. Guys, welcome to Season 2, Episode number 4 of the Derby Crowhead Life. And to start off this episode, we do have the Carabao Cup game against Norwich to kick off this episode. Obviously, there's still a couple of weeks left in the transfer window, but I think getting signings in is only going to happen if we can offload some of our players, because we do have a massive squad at the minute, so not exactly necessary to bring anyone in 100%, because we have brought in a number of players anyway. I think during this window we've brought in 1, 2, let me just quickly count them, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 signings. So obviously bringing 10 people into the club is quite a bit. So I think we've done plenty at the minute, but if we can get 1 or 2 done, mainly on the outdoor route, if we can maybe get Malone, maybe get a loan for Martinez as well, that would be great. Maybe a loan for another centre-back as well, because we have got quite a few at the minute. And yeah, just balance the books a little bit. So let's go into this game against Norwich City. We will need to make a few changes due to fitness. Obviously, Fernandinho's very old now, at 36, so he's not going to be playing every single game. So we're going to have to rest him up. Here we are then for the Carabao Cup game against Norwich. Obviously a team that were promoted with us, so should be quite a good game and quite competitive. It looks like they've made quite a few changes, I think, for this game in the Carabao Cup. Rodriguez in goal, Widmer, Zimmerman and Famo, I'm not too sure who he is, Sam Byram at left back, then Heinen, I think, Heinen, maybe? I don't know. Some of the names I just really do struggle with there. Tribal, Benduya, Campbell, Stiepermann and Dermich up top. We've made pretty much a completely different first team 11. Obviously, Damari Gray on that right hand side, a bit of quality. Liam Delap up front, who did score like 26 goals for us last year. Whittaker on the left, Sibley in the middle. Rooney and Bird holding. Roden and Clark as a back two, and Buchanan at Burn, and Ben Foster in goal. So I kind of want a good Carabao Cup run, because then it means players that aren't playing get some game time, and obviously yeah, it'd be nice to get some silverware, because it's been a very long time as a Derby fan. Like, I don't think we've won a trophy since about 1975, so you could put the Brian Clough trophy in, but it's not exactly a trophy. I'm trying the attack here with Wendy inside to Heinen, across to Dermich, back to Stiepermann and into the back of the net, and there's, you know, literally nothing you can do about that. When they're passing the ball like that, I just don't know what I can do really to prevent that kind of goal. And they do make it 1-0 there in the first 10 minutes. Clark's literally just fallen asleep there, and yeah, there's a goal. Like, it doesn't help when, well, my controller disconnects, and also when Matt Clark just literally didn't do anything there. I want to watch that back, because literally, as you can see here, it just turns off. Just like, go across him and take him out, but no, like the second run press just wasn't working, and yeah, it looks like we're going to probably go out in this first round of the Carabao Cup, which is a bit of a shame, but, you know, at the same time, we kind of do need to focus on the Premier League, so maybe it's a benefit. The problem is, a lot of these players don't have any fitness, and you can kind of tell that their sharpness is poor. Chance here in the box for 3-0. Ball in the box here, and into the back of the net. Literally can't do anything. It's like Season 1 was on, I don't know, I kind of understand we've got a weaker team playing, but this feels like ultimate difficulty. Last season, it felt like, I don't know, world class, but this, I don't know if the 4-2-3-1 is what we should be playing, because obviously defensively we're not any better really, and going forwards still quite a few issues. If we can make it 3-1 here, saved by the keeper. There's half time against Norwich City. It is 3-0, and looking very likely that we are going out in this first round. Maybe it's because of my shirt. Obviously I'm wearing Norwich colours. Maybe that's why we're losing, but honestly, like, I don't think we've had a single shot on target in that first. I think we had one actually with Gray, but creativity wise we're not that much better. Well, we're worse if anything creativity wise, and defensively we're still about the same. So I don't know if this formation is working, but we'll have to wait and see. Chance here on the edge for Norwich. Clark gets the foot in, but Buchanan gives it straight back to him. Great tackle though from Matt Clark in the box. Chance here for Ida, if he can flick it on, and it's just about snuck in, and it is against his former club. Adam Ida with the goal, and yeah, my controller keeps disconnecting, which is a little bit frustrating. I think I need to get a new cable, but yeah, really nice goal from Adam Ida, and that's what I signed him for, to be a target man. Obviously just whipped the ball into that area. Nice delivery from Sibley actually, and maybe got a little bit lucky with the goalkeeper just parrying it into his own net, but you need a bit of luck at times. With 10 minutes to go, can we get 2 goals? Chance here for Sibley. If I can get it to 3-2, maybe there's a chance, but it's a great save from the keeper. Obviously it wasn't Sibley's stronger foot. There we go, full time against Norwich. It is a 3-1 loss unfortunately, but yeah, I wasn't too... The Carabao Cup is obviously just... I think they're even like looking at potentially removing it, because it's just one of those that nobody really cares about. Even the team that wins it, you don't really call it a trophy win, because most of the time it's like Man City, and I think they're not too bothered about winning it. But yeah, it was nice to rotate the squad a little bit, but now we can just fully focus on the Premier League until January. I probably should read these questions before answering them, but it just gets the morale slightly up most of the times. But yeah, now that we are knocked out, we can just fully focus on that. Simula's getting annoying. It's kind of annoying because we have got such a big squad, obviously trying to get everyone in, but the Chelsea game has moved to the 20th of November. I'm not too sure if that will affect us or not. But yeah, Adam Ida did well off the bench, that was good to see. But yeah, the main reason we did rest all those players was because of the next game against Wolves, so that we had a fully fit team, of course. So a couple of rescheduled games. Jason Knight called up to the Irish team, Joe Roden going to Wales, Bielik and Gozriak off to Poland, and Simula off to Finland. So now that we do have the game against Wolves, as you can see, the team is fully fit, and those that did play that last game are obviously lacking in fitness now, so we may need to make a couple of changes to the bench. Bit of growth to Lewis Sibley, going up to 72, which is good to see. I was thinking as well, one thing I could do is convert Bird to a left back, because he's got the stats for it, I guess, but obviously he's a bit more of a central midfielder. So that's one thing, but obviously Fernandinho is only a short-term replacement, and eventually Bird will be as good as Fernandinho. But yeah, we're in a bit of an interesting part of the transfer window, because we can't really do anything. We've got our hands tied until we do move players on. So Wolves are only just above us. One win for them from their first 3 games. Obviously they do play that 5-2-3, and it does look like a pretty strong team, so be interested to see how well we do in this game. Here we are then for the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, a very good team indeed. They are playing the 5-2-3. Jack O'Connell in that back 3, which is quite interesting. I think that it's a realistic signing, I think. Obviously very good for Sheffield United. Rui Patricio in goals, Semedo and Johnny at fullback, then Dendoncker and Sionchu from Leicester City, Kamada and Neves in the middle, Adama Traore, Jimenez and Podence. I'm not going to enjoy Adama Traore running at max low one bit at all. We might struggle defensively this game with that absolute beast out wide, but yeah, the main reason that we did play such a weak team in the last game was to get something from this one. So if we don't get anything from this game, and I've kind of shot myself in the foot. Chance here for Dama, running through the middle, chips the keeper, and there you go. There's Adama Traore in a nutshell. Just absolute beast, just running at you, and you can't do anything. And he's already made it 1-0 there in the first 10 minutes, I think. So as you can see, just that run through the middle. Could have maybe slid in with Bielik. That's the only really what I could have done there, and maybe picked up a yellow card. But yeah, really frustrating start to this game. Tries to work with the ball out wide here. If we can get a goal, that would be great. Fernandinho across to Cabral, but blocked. Fernandinho into Cabral. If you can get us a shot on target, then that'd be great. So far, we've not been able to test Rui Patricio, and there you go. There's the first save for him this game, and the controller disconnects. Opponents with the ball through for Neves. in the box now. Got to be careful not to give away a penalty. But Podent's there off the inside of the post, but somehow doesn't go in the back of the net. Chance here for Wolves with Ruben Neves. Last attack of the half into Jimenez, and there is 2-0. And yeah, it's just really, really difficult, and ultimate difficulty, surprisingly. And again, my controller, like every time, I don't know, every time the ball goes out of play, it tends to disconnect, which is a little bit annoying. But as you can see, one issue with this back four is Max Lowe, because of his fitness, stamina basically at 71. He's just absolutely dead by the end of the half, and that's why we've got Shinnie and Bird there just to come on if he does get a little bit too low. Chance here for Cabral. Can he get the shot off? He can. Blocked by the defender, but rebound goes straight to him, and a little bit of a chance there to potentially get it back level if we can get the next goal in this game. Obviously 2-0, quite a dangerous scoreline, but now it's 2-1. There's a chance we can get back into this. Good chance here to get it straight away. Can we get it with Lucas Vazquez in the box with the shot, and with the goal we do make it 2-2 in moments, literally seconds I'd say. And oh yeah, you can shush people on offline, but you can't do it online because it's toxic. But then they put a load of like Mbappe cry celebration in the game anyway. So yeah, nice run from Vazquez. I thought he was left-footed, but maybe he is right. Let me check, because I'm sure he's left-footed. He is right-footed. Why did I think he was left? At least I know now. I think the only left footer on the pitch is Max Lowe. So yeah, I think I'll take a point from this Wolves game. Vazquez with the ball here. If we just had that extra runner there, we could have potentially got the goal. But it's into Jason Knight with the first time shot, which I probably shouldn't have done. We have just made a little bit of a change, putting Shinnie into the CDM role, then putting Knight in that attacking mid role. I think I will get Gray on for Ibe on that right hand side, but I kind of want to delay my transfers, my substitutions, just so that we can run the clock down as much as possible, because I'll take a point against Wolves. Really, really solid team. Chance here for Knight. Can we slip Cabral in? Yes, we can. Can he get the finish though? Yes, he can indeed. I have literally just subbed him off, but I will pop him back on, because that was a great goal from Arthur Cabral, and that's exactly what we need him to do. I'm just trying to think what I can do defensively to stop Wolves. Just trying to think what I can do. Probably, I don't. None of these players really help me defensively. I could maybe put Bird on at left back, but other than that, not really much. Decided to go for Rodin and gone to a back five just for this last 10 minutes. Hopefully we can hold on. Does mean we get rid of the attacking midfielder, but if Cabral can just hold the ball up and we get the 3 points here, then I'll be over the moon. After being 2-0 down and expecting a loss, we've managed to recover it. Last attack here for Wolves, if they're going to get anything. Please blow the whistle, ref. 20 seconds over now. It's going to have to be the attack now. Rodin gets the ball, and we should get the 3 points, and there we go. We have pulled that back after being 2-0 down and not really a hope in the world at half time. Cabral with a couple of goals, and Lucas Vazquez with a goal as well. Like, Cabral is getting his points, and that's what I want from my striker. Obviously Delat did it last season, but I think the style of Cabral is what we need this year. Message here from the board. We have ticked off an objective, and it is the financial one, to gain 36 million from shirt sales. Not too sure if we're going to be able to finish mid-table. The problem is with mid-table, in my head, that's like, I don't know, maybe like 8th to 13th, something like that. But I don't know what the game classifies as mid-table. But we'll have to wait and see, of course. But yeah, we have finished off the games for this month, and now all that remains is us to potentially get some departures in the transfer window. Will Hughes there with an offer from Fulham, a player that I would be interested in keeping, but well, signing anyway, because he was one of our former players. Maybe, I just don't think we can. We've got 30 grand in wages, but other than that, we can't really do anything. Transfer offer here for Jordan Ibe. Now, if we're going to get any money, I don't know, I like Ibe, and it's a lot of money though. If we could get The problem is we don't have any other wingers on that right hand side other than Ibe and Damari Gray, I don't think. So that's the issue. I'd rather, as you can see, we've had quite a bit of growth actually to Vasquez, Cabral, Ibe, and there's probably one or two others. There always is. There's always one lurking away that I haven't noticed. But yeah, and Ida, I think. No, maybe not. Lawrence has actually gone down a rating just because of his injury. But I think the ratings are a little bit more flexible now. I'll go into the deal for Ibe, but I want top money. I want nearly 30. You know, mid 20s to 30 million for him, because at this point the transfer window is, you know, not many hours left. We do need a lot of money to make this deal happen. Or do we put somebody in? So yeah, we couldn't get a deal for Jordan Ibe in the end. Newcastle were only looking like high 19 million. They weren't looking for that 27 million that we were looking for. But yeah, I kind of want us to get somebody out, at least one player out between now and the end of the transfer window. Because if we don't get anyone out, then it's going to be a bit ridiculous because of the numbers that we do have. And it, like, the second that the transfer window does close, I bet we get an offer for somebody, or somebody gets injured. I'm just trying to think if I can list anyone. So we've got 2 hours left in this window. We have got a message here. Hopefully it's a deal that looks interesting. Oh, it's a loan offer for Vidra. I don't know if we can actually. Oh, I didn't really think of doing that. Although we could. I think one thing that makes a lot of sense with the time that is remaining is to get Bertrand, if he's still a free agent. And unfortunately, Will Hughes has gone to Fulham, so we're not going to be able to get him at least until next season now, which is a bit of a shame, but we don't really have the money for him anyway. Yeah, I'm just literally going to try and see if anyone is interested in a loan. Can we get Tamori? No, we can't. Oh, we finally got one. We got Morgan with Gibbs White here. A player that is quite versatile actually, so I guess it makes a little bit of sense. And we'll go see if we can get a loan to buy. That sounds good to Wolves. 1 year loan. Obviously, he was on loan to Swansea this season. He is in real life. If we can get something like that, that'd be great. They're going for 50-50, and I think we're probably going to have to go for 50-50 because I don't think you can loan some player in with more than that. And he's only on 17 grand a week wages, so I guess that makes sense. The transfer fee, oh, this is the... I don't have a clue what he's worth. 73 rated, so he'd probably worth about 6. So you can only apply what you actually have for future loan fees, which I'm sure is bugged. So for some reason I could only offer 1 million for the transfer sum. So I'm just going to have to accept this for the 5.9 million because I literally can't edit that. So there we go, we have made a deadline day signing. Whether he does accept as well, he is actually worth 6 mil, so I guess paying 100k under is about right. And let's see if they are interested in bringing him in. Ida here with a loan from Montpellier, which we'll negotiate just because I kind of do need to move a striker, just because we have got Cabral, Delap and Ida at the minutes. I could just loan him and then recall it whenever he needs be. That probably makes the most sense. Yeah, we'll do that. I think I'll just accept it because I don't want to annoy them with a 1 year loan. So I do want to move him out, and obviously we can just recall it if need be. There we go, 55-45 for Ida, so let's see if he moves out as well. And I don't know if we'll get the deals done just because it's over now. Let's see if this comes through. Morgan Gibbs White turned us down, and that couldn't do because the window closed. So there's still issues with the transfer windows, but yeah, that's a little bit of a shame we couldn't get that deal over the line in time, but I guess it's realistic at the same time. And I didn't really want to sign anyone because of the number of players we do have. To be honest, I was literally just spamming through everyone on the shortlist and seeing if we could get literally anyone. Yeah, in terms of cams, we've got Vasquez, Rooney. Who else have we got? Sibley somewhere. Lawrence when he comes back from injury. So I don't think it's a position we particularly needed. It was mainly just to do anything on like a few clubs do. But at least we can use this time now between now and January to basically wrap up a lot of deals and get them out of the club. So that's what we'll look at, of course. So one thing I will do is actually move Vasquez to a central attacking midfielder, just because that's where he's going to mainly play because of his pace. Still okay pace, actually. It's pretty good, but I think I just much prefer him down the middle than out wide. Loan offer from... who's getting the loan offer in? I can't even see who's offering the deal. Wolves, which is a bit odd for Joe Rodon, which won't go through anyway until January. Do I want to do this? I don't know if it's worth doing now because the window's closed, so it's not going to do anything until January. And at that point, would I rather keep him? Probably, because I don't think he's going to play that much at Wolves anyway. So don't really want to give him to a league rival anyway. Yeah, it's really weird that the game did that. We left the transfer window and then they went, oh, shall we do something? Yeah, we're not actually doing that badly in the Premier League. You know, two wins and 2 losses. I guess that's mid-table. So if we keep up that form, of course, then that'll be great. So yeah, we do have West Ham next, who are at 7 points, only a point above us, at the Olympic Stadium course. So we have got a fully fit team for this game. Obviously, now that we are outside of the transfer window, we can do 3 games an episode. Like the last couple of episodes, like this one and the last one, haven't really been able to do any transfer business. So a little bit of a shame, but that's the situation that we are in. There's a lot of players here, and it's a real shame, especially like the youngsters. Literally had no offers for Hutchinson, Brown. Like the only players we had offers for was Rodon. I think it was only Rodon and Marshall. We had an offer from the MLS for Marshall. But literally nothing, and I think we had a few offers for Sibley as well, but there was, you know, nothing in terms of offers. I think I will put Sibley on the bench for Rooney, just because Rooney at this point, it's not really going to help us. You know, the difference between Rooney and Sibley, obviously, technically is a lot, but in game wise, they're quite similar. Here we are then against West Ham on this looks like an evening fixture. They'll play a 4-2-3-1 as well, so it'll be interesting to see. Why are my centre backs so, like, look at my defence compared to theirs. Like, theirs is quite compact, but mine's spread apart, so maybe that's something I can look at. But I think this is the narrow 4-2-3-1 where we've got the wide. But they have got Fabianski in goal. Quite a few signings actually. They've got Maeli from the Norwegian league, I think. He's in form at the minute. That's the only reason I know who he is. LaGuardia, don't know who he is. Gigo from the Russian league. Masuaku. Suchek Eggestein from Werder Bremen. Pablo Fornals. Bowen. Felipe Anderson on the left, and Big Haller up top. So yes, it's going to be an interesting game. Obviously they're just above us in the table, so in theory it should be a draw, but we might be able to nick a win, just because I'm starting to slightly understand how this formation works. It's just the defensive side. I need to be much stronger. And I've realised that Jason Knight only has like 49 defensive awareness, which for CDM isn't great. This kit's a bit of an issue in this kind of sun. Can't quite see everyone. Chance here through the middle. Great ball from Fernandinho. What a goal. What a goal in the first 10 minutes there to kick off this game with Arthur Cabral. Another goal for the big. It's a weird statement, but he feels like a poor man's R9, if that makes sense. Like, he's got strength and he's got flair, and there's very few players that have that. So yeah, it feels like Brazilian Ronaldo basically, and 5 goals in 5 games now, because this is the 5th game of the season. Yeah, we're doing really well with Cabral up front, and that's. I'm really glad that our big marquee signing has worked, because, you know, when you spend like 20 million on a player, you expect something good. Chance here for Cabral. Can he go through the West Ham defence and make it 2-0? He's in the box now with the shot off the post. Really unlucky there. But yeah, it's kind of annoying the sun in this game. I can't quite, because of the blue arms on West Ham, sometimes I'm getting mixed up. Chance here in the box. Just flick through for Fornals with the shot and with the goal. They do make it 1-1 there in the 33rd minute. A good goal for the Spaniard, as you can see. Again, not 100% much I can do. Like, when they're pinging it around like that quick, it's very difficult to win the ball from them. And yeah, they do make it. He's got 8 goals. 8 goals in 5 games. That's ridiculous. Chance here for West Ham on the edge with Haller. Pulls it back into the box to Fornals, and again, like, he's on fire at the minute. He's got 9 goals in 5 games. 4. I'm about 90% sure that it said 8 on the previous one. But maybe it said 3, because 3 and 8. 3 is half of an 8 when you look at it. We'll have to wait and see on the edit. Here's off time against West Ham. We are currently 2-1 down, and I think one of the biggest issues in this game is actually the sun and just the way the shadows are. Like, it's super difficult to pick out my players, especially with. I probably would have preferred a home kit in the white. This like kit almost blends in with the pitch, and it's just super difficult to pick out your players. So for Joswiak, can he get through? As you can see, the defender does drop back now, so it's not quite as easy to take a team on the counter-attack, but Vasquez with the shot, and saved by Fabianski, a very good save indeed. And there's full time against West Ham, unfortunately, a 2-1 loss to end off this episode. But again, like, it's quite a realistic scoreline actually. Away from home, a couple of great goals from Fornals. Not much going on in that second half, to be frankly honest. But yeah, I think maybe looking at a formation away from home might be something we can look at, maybe a 5 at the back. Just to be a little bit more defensively solid and not concede as many. Bit of development here for Nathan Byrne. He is expiring at the end of the season, which will probably happen, but he has gone to a 72, which is good to see, of course, at 29, still growing. And yeah, Shinny actually grew from a 73 to a 74, so it's good to see even players like towards the late 20s still growing. But we have had an offer here from Nottingham Forest for David Marshall. Oh, why is it telling me about Inter Miami then? But I think I'll just accept this because there's no point in negotiating, because he's pretty much worth that anyway. But a bit of a shame we couldn't get that deal done, because it would have given us like an extra 10,000 to potentially bring somebody in. But nevertheless, it looks like we're going to wrap up the episode here. It's been an interesting one. Like, I think, I don't know, if you take out the Burnley game, where we got absolutely trounced in the first game of the season, we're not actually doing that badly. Like, Leeds are currently 5 games, 5 losses, so we could be in a situation like that. So, you know, if you look at the other promoted teams in Norwich and Watford, we've got what is it, like three times more points than Watford have, and 2 more points than Norwich have. So, you know, you look at it that way, and we're actually doing okay. In terms of conceding and scoring as well, we're doing quite well in that department. Like, we've conceded the most in the league, which is expected because we're the actual person playing this career mode. But it's only by a couple of goals, so that's not too bad. But yeah, scoring goals, we do need to maybe start doing a little bit more of that. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting career mode. Obviously, West Ham are 5th in the table, so they were a very tough opposition in that last game. So yeah, we've got the Brighton, Leicester and Everton game for the next episode, and then we've got the Leeds game, Fulham, Watford, and it's quite a while until we play a big team. So, you know, if we can pick up a good few points, obviously Everton are decent, Leicester are decent, but a properly tough team in terms of like Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, it's quite a while away. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below on what formation you think we should be playing, because I don't know if I'm a big fan of this. I don't know if Lowe's what we need at left back. You know what, one thing I could do is convert Shinny to a left back. I think that's probably what we'll do, just because other than him we've got Buchanan. I just don't think Buchanan's good enough at 63 rated, so I think we do need to look, or maybe Matt Clark at left back. He has got very good dribbling, but he's not you know, he's kind of like a Fosu Mensah fullback, if anything. But I think since why not? He's not going to play too much anyway. It is going to take 4 weeks. There we go. So we'll convert him to a. See, that's clever. Okay, if you are converting a player to a position, let's say he's going to a left wing position, and maybe just moving him to left mid is a lot shorter. Just do that, because about 95% of the formations you can either have a left back or a left wing back. So it's only going to take 4 weeks for Shinny, so that's not too long at all. And yeah, we can always look at that option. He can technically still play there anyway. So yeah, hopefully guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure you do leave a like rating if you did enjoy, and see you soon. Bye.